Hey guys, from there, welcome back to a brand new video. Now today, we are getting on to game week 23 of our Premier League predictions. Now the guests have been unreal this week. Do you think we could top them, Dad?
Impossible. Pieface was a legend, Theo. I have no idea who the guest is.
We can't really get bigger than that, can we?
No chance.
There's absolutely no chance. But what a game week. I mean, in terms of 9-0 results, loads of red cards and lots of VAR decisions for us to get onto in this video. We've got to start with a like target, don't we?
The like target is a wonderful 12,000. Smash it, please.
You're making me shake here. It's uncontrollable. I don't know how to stop it.
Well, Pieface gave us 17,000, Theo.
No, you're lying.
Yeah.
17,000.
Yeah.
That's just insane. Okay, we could get 12k then. Can we beat 17,000? Are you guys capable of doing that?
Well, you know what? Let's be modest.
Yeah, let's be modest.
And let's let the TDL smash it.
Respect, man, respect. What are the scores on the doors then, Thogdad?
Well, last week you got a moderate 7. Thogdad got 8.
How did you get 8?
Pieface.
I'm asking for VAR. How did you get 8? I predicted the Leeds Everton game,
I'm
right?
checking VAR. I got 8.
No, you didn't.
I did.
What games did you get right?
I got a couple right.
So
I
did I.
forget which ones. But the main thing is, somebody got 3 right, and his name is Pieface. And I'm really angry, Theo, that the guests you're getting are getting too many points. 10 points from 9 games.
You're telling me 2 weeks in a row we've been beaten by the guest?
Well, last week I drew with Ben Foster, but the week before we got smashed. We're losing our mojo.
This is it. I'm starting. Yeah, we need.
But Theo, overall the guests are on a pitiful 126.
Yep.
You're on a mediocre 137, and Thogdad's on a magnificent 150.
Okay.
Hey!
Get on with it. All this waffle. Let's move on to this game week where I'm going to beat you for once.
And the first game is Aston Villa in 9th against Arsenal in 10th. Now, these are 2 teams who lost last week.
They both had shockers.
They did. Now, Aston Villa has the bubble burst. I mean, they look tired, don't they?
Goldbridge said it. But Villa are a funny team. They'll lose one week, win the next. There's no kind of run of momentum. It's not like they'll get a run of wins or losses. They've got a good enough team to avoid that. But so do Arsenal. They lost 2-1 to Wolves last week. Wolves have done the double over them.
I know.
Both games were without Raul Jimenez. Like, Wolves have had a very bad run without Jimenez, but they've beaten Arsenal twice.
But Theo, did you see that João Moutinho goal?
Oh, mate, that was an absolute cracker. I'll give it to them. Other players had to turn up around the striker, and they have done over the last few weeks, haven't they?
They certainly have. Now, you know what? I'm going to sit on the fence here. 1-1.
Arsenal had 2 red cards, Leno and David Luiz getting the reds. They actually tried to get the David Luiz red rescinded. It didn't work. The Premier League said no to it. And in terms of Villa playing Arsenal, last time they played, Villa won this game 1-0. And that's the only time they've faced in 5 years. So I'm just going to sit on the fence here and say Villa 1, Arsenal 1.
Theo, but I'm dying to find out who is the guest today.
Well, I've sorted out. I've put a few strings together. I've got on a Man City player.
No, you haven't.
I have. A man that once people said looked like me because of one photo ages ago when we had a similar trim. He's a bit of a legend. He's a Man City goalkeeper. He's been on the bench a few times this season. He's a top lad. James Trafford.
Hey.
Another professional footballer. Welcome to Premier League predictions. Guys, I said these wouldn't drop off.
Hello everyone, James Trafford here. You probably know me as being Thogden's twin. I just want to say a massive thanks to Thogden and Thogdad for having me on their channel for these predictions. So yeah, let's get started. First game, Villa-Arsenal. I think Villa doing really well this season. Arsenal are just being Arsenal. They're without Leno and Luiz, so 2 big misses. And Villa 2-0, I'm thinking 2-0 Villa.
And now for Burnley in 17th against Brighton and Hove Albion in 15th. Now Burnley have lost a couple in a row, but still 8 points above the relegation zone, Theo.
Exactly, but those couple in a row was Man City and Chelsea.
True.
And before that, Burnley went on a very good run. So respect to them where respect is due. But in terms of Brighton, big teams, small teams, whatever. Last 5 games, they've won 4 and drawn 1. 2 of the teams they've won, Liverpool away, Tottenham at home. Brighton are an incredible run of form. Do you think they'll keep it up?
It's absolutely amazing. And to go to Anfield and win, how often does that happen?
In the last 4 years, twice, Burnley and Brighton to do it. Who'd have thought that would be the case, eh?
Absolutely amazing. And it's 10 points in 4 games for Brighton, playing some great football. But you know what? I think this is going to be a stinker. I'm just going to say 0-0.
No way.
Yeah.
You read my mind, Dad. Last time it was 0-0. I've literally written down the same thing. I genuinely believe Burnley-Brighton will be 0-0 because Brighton have come up against Liverpool and Spurs, but Burnley have a better defence on recent form. They got Tarkowski, me and Pope. Burnley need a point. I think it'll be a 0-0 as well. That's so weird that we both thought that. We barely both predict that score.
It is amazing. Now over to the City of Manchester Stadium, James Trafford.
Next game, Burnley-Brighton. Massive fan of Nick Pope. big fan of Robert Sanchez, so I'm saying 0-0, home for 0-0. Come on, goalkeepers.
And now for Newcastle United against Southampton, 16th against 12th. Now Newcastle have lost 4 of the last 5. Southampton have gone a little better and have lost the last 4, but they've got injury problems, haven't they, Theo?
Yeah, 9-0. I know, we've had to speak about this. Jankovic, what an idiot. I'm sorry. It's just shocking. He's let down his squad. He handed in a transfer request in January, but the club turned around to him and said no to it.
No.
So there's a few people saying he's done it on purpose.
No way.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. But this Swiss midfielder, I don't know what was going on in his head. Terrible tackle on McTominay within 2 minutes. Completely set up the team to get destroyed. And against a really on-form and solid Man United side, they did that. Another 9-0 happened. Southampton are a bit of a meme again. I kind of feel for Hasenhüttl. He's such a great manager, and he really was betrayed by one of his players that day.
Yeah, I've no sympathy for the Swiss lad, because that challenge was horrible.
Neither do I.
It could have ended Scotty's career.
I don't know what he's thinking.
Absolutely awful.
Yeah. He got his chance in the first team, and he blew it. I don't think we'll ever see him play in a Southampton shirt again, unless he's a real player.
And I tend to agree, Theo. Now, Newcastle had a couple of good games and then reverted to form. But you know what? Southampton have got so many injuries. I'm going straight to the prediction. Newcastle 2, Southampton 1. There's one for the Geordies.
Okay. Well, Dad, I put faith in Newcastle. I put faith in them versus Palace. And they blew it. They lost 2-1.
Yeah.
You know, it was a good game, and Gary Cahill scored, and that's when you know your club's in turmoil. I mean, Newcastle, you need to sort yourself out, lads. But I thought it was a turn for the worse when you won the game before, and you played well versus Leeds. I know you lost that game, but you played well. But you went out and lost, and coming into this, I think Southampton, after getting pumped 9-0, will be so bad mentally. I reckon this is a great chance for the Geordies. So I'm going to agree with you, but a different score. Newcastle 1, Southampton 0. Now let's go over to the Man City goalkeeper, James Trafford. What do you reckon, son?
Next game, Southampton-Newcastle. Southampton will be wanting to bounce back from the game against United, so I'm thinking Danny Ings will be wanting to have a good go. 4-0 Southampton.
Fulham versus West Ham United, 18th against 5th. And this is the London derby between the posh bit of London and the East End, isn't it, Theo? Now, Fulham 2 points in 5 games. No confidence, no momentum. Surely going down.
And I put faith into them again. I backed them versus Leicester. I thought, you know, they were slowly starting to creep up the form. I thought a big win was due, and it wasn't to be the case. Leicester beat them 2-0. Fair and square as well. Maddison was unbelievable. Even James Justin scored. And ever since I took him out my fantasy team, he's been unbelievable. So I don't really want to speak about the geezer for too long, really. But I just struggle to back Fulham anymore.
Yeah,
I can't keep losing points on fantasy to this mug just because I back the small teams. I did it too much when Blades were on the bad run. I'm not going to do it here against Fulham. West Ham, though, unbelievable.
You know why? Yeah. Jesse Lingard, he scored a brace, and we did a shot, didn't we, Theo?
I'm so happy for the lad.
Yeah, me
because
too.
Jesse Lingard is a guy that gave me tickets to England-Belgium in the Russia World Cup. If you guys are OG fans, you'll know about that. He FaceTimed me with Craig Mitch on the England channel live and said, we've got you 2 tickets. We know you haven't been able to get tickets, and we got tickets to most of the other games, so he helped us out whilst we were there. Legend, man. I'm so happy for Jesse, and I wish him all the best in the future.
Theo, I just want to let you know that we got a surprise for you, okay?
Okay.
Basically, Jesse and the England team have decided to give you tickets to the England v Belgium game this Thursday. How do you feel, man? You're going to be seeing these guys play Belgium.
Get in there! Are you serious?
No, dead serious.
I think he'll score again in this game, you know.
Wow, that is a very big shout. Now, West Ham, I'm never going to underestimate you again. I'm going Fulham 0, West Ham 2.
Okay, well, West Ham like to win, but they like the other team to score as well. So I'm going to say Fulham 1, West Ham 2, and I think Lingard will score. By the way, Antonio and Lingard link-up play. It's good, man. It's good. I didn't think it would work this easy, so West Ham for another win, in my opinion. You agree. But what does James go for?
Fulham, West Ham flying this season, especially with now they've got Jellings, Lingardinho. So 2-0, Lingard 2 goals again.
Manchester United versus Everton, 2nd against 6th. And this is the City of Manchester against the City of Liverpool. It's going to be a ding-dang-do. And it's 2 teams that scored 11 goals between them last weekend. And Man United got 9 of those, Theo?
I know. I've been to this fixture live before, and it's a proper big game. People talk about United, Liverpool and stuff like that. There's as much fireness between the fan bases in this game.
Yeah.
And especially this season when Everton, they're smashing it, having a really good year under Ancelotti. Man United, 2 under Ole, in the Premier League, are doing unreal. So they're kind of not battling each other out for top 4, but they both could be in that position.
Yeah.
So it's a really big game, isn't it?
It is a huge game. Man United, 9 goals, and they shared around the goal contributions, didn't they?
They were unbelievable. Every forward was quality.
Yes. Now, Everton, DCL has found his scoring boots there. Do we buy him again?
He's scored 1 goal. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. But we are starting to see a return of the early performers like Calvert-Lewin and Bamford. One thing we know for sure about them two is if they're doing well, you've got to have them in your fantasy because they like to do it week in, week out. Calvert-Lewin may go on a momentum run, and it wouldn't surprise me if he scores versus United because they usually, not against Southampton, but they usually concede.
Yeah. Now, Man United, can they keep up with Man City? That is the big question. What are you thinking, Theo?
Well, I'm thinking overall, Man City are just going to win this Premier League.
Wow.
They're just too good. They're playing Liverpool this weekend. We'll get onto that later. I think over the season, Man United will give them a shot for their money, but if you had to put money on one, I'd say City.
But now, this weekend, I'm going to go for Man United 2, Everton 0.
Really? Well, I'm going to go different, but kind of the same. Man United 2, Everton 1.
I knew you were going to go for that. I nearly went for it. Over to the England Youth International. This is a lad with a great future, James Trafford.
Next game, United-Everton. Both teams are flying this season. A lot of goals I'm expecting, so 3-2 United, Fernandes penalty.
Tottenham Hotspur in 7th against West Bromwich Albion in 19th. Now, we don't know the Spurs-Chelsea result yet, but surely this is going to be an easy home win for the Spurs.
Dad, honestly, who knows? The way Spurs have been playing recently, I don't know what to say. No Harry Kane. Big Sam will be licking his lips. He loves a big game. We've seen it over the last few weeks. He's done it before. Even at West Brom, and with that shambles of a team compared to the rest of the Premier League, they could still get a result. But Dad, Tottenham-Chelsea is later. We don't know what's going to happen in this game. It's a bit of a shot in the dark going for the next game week and predicting what's going to happen, isn't it?
Yeah, but they're playing West Brom, and the likes of Vinicius and Son and Ndombele, they're going to love this one. Big Sam, Theo, he's finding it very, very hard, and I thought he would.
Okay.
And all I can say is home win, Theo.
What score though?
2-0 to Spurs.
Okay, well, I'm going for a home win as well, but I think it'll be closer. Spurs 2, West Brom 1. Because I think Big Sam will nick one. Maybe a Matías Pereira goal or something. But you're right, Son will also bag. James, let's go over to you, mate. The City lad. What are you predicting?
Tottenham West Brom. Tottenham did struggle earlier on in the season in the previous fixture against West Brom. However, this time, I think, even though they're without Kane, 2-0 Tottenham, comfortable.
Wolverhampton Wanderers in 14th against Leicester City in 3rd. Now, this is a Midlands derby. West Midlands against East Midlands. And both teams won last week, didn't they, Theo?
Yeah, they did.
And in Wolves' case, just a little bit of pride, isn't it?
So I was just so focused on my brew. It's a solid 8 out of 10, by the way.
But Wolves winning at Leicester.
Oh, yeah, the football. Sorry. This is a weird fixture, right? Because last time Wolves-Leicester faced, it was a 0-0.
Yeah.
Game before that, 7-goal thriller. I mean, honestly, it's a shot in the dark trying to predict what's going to happen this. Like, it's nearly impossible. So I'm going to sit on the fence. Wolves, we've already spoken about how they did against Arsenal. Done the double over them, both without Raul Jimenez. Don't ask how. James Maddison is so good. And I've got Harvey Barnes in my fantasy team. And every single week, I look at my FPL and I regret not picking Maddison. It's not like I could because of the 0.3 plus, but is what it is. I reckon this will be a 1-1 draw. So yeah, what about you?
That is a big statement, and I've got James Maddison in my FPL team. Fantasy points come to daddy. But overall, I think this is going to be a close game, but I'm going Wolves 1, Leicester City 2.
We're going different quite a few times.
I know we are.
But it's James. Let's go over to it.
Wolves-Leicester. Wolves really struggling this season. Leicester opposite doing really well. Leicester 3-0. 3-0 Maddison, Vardy, Justin.
And now for the biggest game of the weekend. Liverpool in 4th against Manchester City in 1st. And normally this would be 1st against 2nd, wouldn't it, Theo?
I'm disappointed.
But Liverpool struggling, aren't they?
I'm disappointed.
God, why are you disappointed?
In the Premier League. Every time we see a big game, the Uniteds, the Liverpools, the Cities, they play against each other, all the hype in the world. You're meant to think, oh, it's going to be this cracker. No, 0-0. 1-1. Boring draws. I want to fall asleep. You know, like the exciting games are when the likes of Brighton play Liverpool or Villa play Liverpool or, you know, Man United play Spurs. That was actually a good one, but I just feel like this will be a boring 1-1 draw. I think Liverpool's recent form will make them take a draw and try and hold City a little bit. I think Pep will take a draw as well because he'd probably still back himself to win the Premier League. So I really hope not because we'll be streaming this and get notifications on so you see it, but I just sense a 1-1.
I think you could could be right in that they would both fancy a draw, but I think City are too good.
Yeah.
They just can't stop winning, and they can't stop having clean sheets.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go for Liverpool 0, Manchester City 1.
It's not a cracker though, is it?
Yeah.
But I was about to predict that, but then I thought about Liverpool. I thought Salah, Mane, Firmino,
Anfield.
if Mane's back.
But for the big game, James Trafford, you've got something to do with Man City. What's going to happen here?
Yeah, he's a Man City player. He'll probably be on the bench, Dog.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I'd love to. I mean, we'd love to see some, reaction from the bench though. Add it into the next time predictions or something. But yeah, let's see what you're going for.
Now, the biggest game, Liverpool City. City on unreal form at the moment. Liverpool not so much. I'm sitting 2-0 City. Jesus and Sterling.
Sheffield United in 20th against Chelsea in 8th, and it was Billy Sharp, the hero.
The club
3
legend.
wins out of 5, Theo.
I know.
Can the great escape happen?
Yes.
My goodness, no way.
Why not? I sense it. I believe in the red and white of Sheffield.
Wow.
I don't know what it is. They're catching West Brom.
Yeah.
That's the first target.
Yeah.
We know the momentum runs they can go on of last season. If they do it again, why not?
It is too little too late. I'm sorry, this needed to start earlier. Now, I love a greasy chip butty, but
Me
I'm
too.
sorry, it ain't gonna happen.
Would you rather have a greasy chip butty or a Wigan kebab?
Oh, I'll have both, and a pint as well.
Yeah, this is Northern talk. Let's get back to football.
Yeah.
We're talking about Chelsea here. These lads from Kensington are thinking, oh, my goodness me, what is a Wigan kebab? Sorry, that was
pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it was quite good.
Leave
But
that.
most Chelsea fans aren't from Kensington. Okay, whatever.
We don't know what's going to happen tonight against Tottenham, but I reckon they'll win tonight, and I reckon they'll win again against Sheffield United. I know that's a big statement. I'm going 2-1. I think they've got a really good manager there who's trying different things and getting the players.
I believe in Tuchel. I predicted Chelsea to beat Tottenham. Hey, listen, the game hasn't happened yet. We could be wrong. After they beat Tottenham, my prediction, they'll win this as well with confidence. But it won't be big scoring because Blades are decent at the moment, and they could cause an upset again. Who knows? They did against United at Old Trafford, so full of surprises this year. Sheffield United 0, Chelsea 1 for me. And let's get on to the man that was in the ground when Man City pumped Chelsea. He was there, James Trafford. What's your prediction?
Sheffield United, Chelsea. Sheffield United playing a lot better at the moment than they were. Chelsea, I'm not convinced with Tuchel. 1-1.
And the final game is Leeds United in 11th against Crystal Palace in 13th. It is Yorkshire against London. Now, Leeds, disappointed to lose to Everton, eh?
I know, you just can't read them. I mean, 1 week they absolutely hammer a team and, win a game against the odds. The next they look crap and they lose. To be fair, they actually played some really good stuff against Everton, so I'm wrong there. But they lost. And coming into this, I don't know what Leeds United is going to turn up. I mean, Premier League predictions has become so much harder this year with teams like Leeds United because you don't know what Bielsa's is going to do.
Absolutely, and Crystal Palace won last game week, and it was Gary Cahill, the unlikely hero. And Palace fans are writing to me and saying, Thogden, why do you never predict a win? And I'm going to predict nearly a win, a draw, 1-1. I'm sitting on the fence.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
You Palace fans writing to Thogdad, I'll make up for it. Leeds 0, Crystal Palace 1.
Wow. You are trusting in Crystal Palace?
Dad, you know what it was?
I'm going to rub my eyes.
I woke up, I looked at my Dogecoin investment, it went up. I then also looked, sorry, I had to sneak that in before it crashes tonight. It's like a god just looked down at me and said, predict Palace 1-0. I was like, okay, fine, I'll do it. Okay.
Wow.
So I've done it. I mean, there's no reasoning. Leeds 0, Palace 1. Let's see if...
Now with this game, you might as well just toss a coin. But over to the expert. He's a professional footballer. His name is James Trafford.
Right, last game, Leeds Palace. I'm saying 2-1 Leeds, Bamford double.
Right, that is all the games for Game Week 23. After the absolute madness that won in Game Week 22, I'm looking forward to this.
I can't wait. And if Jesse Lingard scores, we all take
We're
a
on the
shot.
pitch. We're getting an Uber straight to Fulham and we're getting on the pitch and we're celebrating with him.
We're breaking lockdown.
Yeah.
We're not actually.
Well,
we're
Lingard has to score to break the lockdown rules. More than 2 red cards in 2 games again then, Thogdad?
Oh my goodness, I wonder what the Chinese betting syndicates are saying.
I know Arsenal fans will be fuming because theirs didn't get rescinded, but Southampton's did.
Oh my God.
Lots of beef on that. But listen, coming into this game, we're going to watch Chelsea Spurs tonight. We'll be streaming it, and obviously you guys would have seen that by now when this video comes out. So let's see what happens. But buzzing for that game. I hope you enjoyed Game Week 23. Loads of football on at the moment, and these guests are really good. Leave us suggestions in the comments and your score predictions down there. We can compare who does the best out of us two and one of you lot, eh?
Absolutely, and I'll see you soon.
Yeah, let's try and beat 17,000 likes of Pie Face. Why not? Let's just go for it. Why not?
Wow.
In a bit.